Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry that I didn't do a review last night. I just got really tired after the Lewis Tomlinson track review, which I hope you enjoyed it, because I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. So I'm basically returning to you today for another album review. This is the second Marathon Studio album review. Sorry, my nose is itchy, because it's just like really itchy right now, so please forgive me on that. Um, this is for the second studio album review for Megadeth's Peace Sells But Who's Buying album. And sorry about my heavy breathing, it's just I got done running around my house a bit. Not running, but just walking around my house. So yeah, I gotta exercise for sure. So I'm gonna discuss what I listened to for all 8 songs for Megadeth's Peace Sells But Who's Buying album, and let you know my thoughts on their sophomore album. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with the first song, Wake Up Dead, and that was a really awesome track. I really enjoyed this. This is much better than the last album. The last album had good moments. It was a good album, but I didn't feel for the tracks as much as I'm feeling for these tracks. Because Wake Up Dead was an amazing song, in my personal opinion. Dave Mustaine sounds really good vocally in this track. I can clearly hear him a little bit more with his singing vocals. So it's not echoish. It's still a little, but it sounds really good with this one. The mixing and production on this track and the instrumentation in this song is really amazing. So 5 out of 5. The Conjuring is the next song, and that's a pretty outstanding song. Um, I really enjoyed this track with how Dave Mustaine is singing it and just the fast-paced guitar work and drum work and the solos and all that with the guitar solos are pretty good in this track while the song is playing out. So it's pretty good. So 5 out of 5 for this one. Peace Sells. It mentions the word but who's buying in this track. Really enjoyed the verses, enjoyed the chorus. This was a really good song. Really enjoyed majority of the first half all the way to track 6 of this album. So basically I really enjoyed this track. It was a really good song in my opinion. So guitar work is great, drum work is great, Dave Mustaine's vocals is amazing, so 5 out of 5. Devil's Island, it does seem a little repetitive with how they sing. There's background vocals from the guitarists and all that, and Dave Mustaine singing in the song. They mention the word Devil's Island, and I'm like, that's alright, I guess, but still, great track for what it's going for. Instrumentally, it's amazing. And just Dave Mustaine's vocals in it are pretty good too, so really enjoying this song. 5 out of 5. Now to talk about track 5, which is on side 2 of the album. So this is called Good Morning / Black Friday, and this is a really good song. Really enjoyed this 6 minute and 42-second track for what it went for. So wasn't disappointed with this song. It sounded really good. So 5 out of 5 for this one. There's 2 sections to the song, which sounds pretty amazing. The first section is the good morning part, and the last section is the Black Friday part, and it sounds really good with how it's sounding instrumentally, and Dave Mustaine singing in it is really good, so 5 out of 5. Bad Omen is a pretty outstanding song, really enjoyed it for what it went for, so 5 out of 5 for this one. Not really disappointed with this song. It just, I could feel for the track for what it went for and really rock out to it. So this is a song to definitely headbang to. Most of these songs you could definitely headbang to and just enjoy it. So I ain't suspicious, or I ain't superstitious, I meant to say. I ain't superstitious was my least favorite. I wasn't sure if I was liking the track, but I think it's good in its own way. just has some weird, funky rock metal tendencies with the track, with the genre it's specifying under and how it's sounding and what they're going for this track. So I think I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's a solid track. It's not bad. And finally, we get to the last song, which is My Last Words, and this was a pretty solid track. It's not the best closing track, but it's good. It's got some solid moments, but has some weak tendencies with the song and how it's sounding sonically and production wise with the instrumentation and all that stuff. So it did alright. Dave Mustaine's vocals were solid too in this track. So 4.5 out of 5. So overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Megadeth's second studio album, Peace Sells But Who's Buying album, was really good. I was really enjoying this one and feeling for the tracks this time around for their 1986 album, which this is pretty old of an album, but it is really enjoyable. So overall, in my opinion, I think Megadeth's Peace Sells But Who's Buying album was a really good listen. Definitely rocks for sure. Highly recommend you check it out. And for a score for me, I'm giving Megadeth's Peace Sells But Who's Buying album a 9 out of 10. This was a really good listen. I definitely enjoyed this album more, and this album I could really feel for than the first album. The first album had some weak moments, but it was good. It wasn't disappointing, it just was good. I gave it like a good 8 out of 10. You can definitely go check out that review if you haven't seen it yet. So, yeah, 9 out of 10 for Peace Sells But Who's Buying. I really enjoyed this one a lot more. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Megadeth album, Peace Sells But Who's Buying album, if you've listened to it. And sorry, there's a piece of hair in my eye or whatever. It's messing with me a bit. So if you did enjoy this Megadeth Peace Sells But Who's Buying album that I did for you guys this early afternoon going into afternoon time, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. Sorry that I mentioned a piece of hair in my eye. It's because of my long hair. So basically, it just there's a piece of hair that comes off my hair itself. So it's just ridiculous. But I hope you did enjoy this Megadeth Peace Sells But Who's Buying album. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. I'll have the next album coming out tomorrow for So Far So Good So What, which is gonna be on November 1st. So definitely tune into that. I'll have the Tuesday album review being ready to record. I think I'm gonna get around to it pretty soon. I don't know. I might wait to review it because I do have this week off from work. I would work this week, but I'm gonna be so tired even if I did. So basically, I hope you enjoyed this Peace Sells But Who's Buying album review. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. I'll have then another video come out as soon as I can. So until then, stay safe. Take care, guys, and as always, I will see you in my next review.